You're good.
All right, calling to order the select board meeting for Monday, May the 18th at 6 o'clock, and we are all present. Let's just pull it up and just see if we're on here. Our first order of business would be to review and approve the agenda. I added several items after this was printed out earlier. Yeah, you go ahead, Jim, take that. Earlier today. So if you can read my writing, I would have somebody make a motion to accept.
I'll make a motion to accept the agenda as modified.
As
Second.
All in favor? Okay. Sounds good. So we have minutes from last week. Did you guys, or did she send those as well, or?
She did.
Quite a while ago, I think.
Yeah, the other day.
All right. If I would make a motion that we accept these as written.
I'll second it.
And all in favor? I'm gonna send them in this just so that they stay. So we don't lose them. Next on the agenda, we have a review of the bills to be paid. It's a big warrant this week because next Monday's a holiday, we won't be meeting, and we have a few extras on that. Let's see. Does she? Payroll, of course. No, you know what? Looks like we never actually initialed. I'm gonna stick this payroll on top on the left, okay? It's one that we missed last week. We've got rescue payment, road commissioners work, our first payment to our new lawn maintenance, DNC Lawn Care, shopping guide ads, mileage for our EMA, Central Maine Power. And Danielle, I did see the initials. I remember when you talked to us about the credit card.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the total of this is $58,052.58. There's those three. And then this payroll from last week, we'll just initial the last page of it. I'll leave it there. Aaron, if I hand this to you when you're done, can you put those in there?
Yep.
Danielle? Thank you. Ads that we have going into the paper, there's gonna be a land share riders meeting on June 1st. It's during our workshop hours at 5 o'clock. They're asking for resident input into the roads that they would like access on, and they're mostly over by Province Lake. And that will come out, and there'll be maps of the roads that are involved. The other ad we're putting is for bulky waste. That's pickup is Friday. Again, it's limited to 3 items. And let's see. Under reports, we have a report. This is the same report we get from Eco Maine. Every month we're still on the low end of the totem pole for recycling. 4th one up. Tri-Town, Limerick, and Leamington are below us. So it's not like we've improved our numbers at all. Please, people, recycle paper. We're so lucky that we can only put it in one container. be nice to have it improve a little bit. Meetings coming up. Nothing this week, right?
Planning board this week.
Planning board is a business meeting.
Yeah.
On Wednesday, okay. Planning board. Under discussion items, it just seems like lately we've had a lot of residents complaining about properties on Pendexter Road, Elm Street, and Fenderson Road. People have complained in the village that they're seeing rats. That's not a new complaint, we have had that before. I'm aware of it, the CEO is aware of it. We intend to schedule some visits to some of these places that are unsightly, like, have a lot of stuff in their yards that's really needs to be picked up.
Got a comment? Did we get to speak during this?
We usually wait till after,
Okay.
okay? So that, some site visits, but we're also including Joseph Decay, he's our health officer, and we have some warning notices that are being sent out by our CEO. He gives a verbal and then a written warning and then a violation notice if these things haven't been cleaned up and picked up, like he specifies in his letters.
Are those all the residents you're gonna see? Because I could add two.
Why don't you hang on to that thought?
Cram Road,
Okay.
617. South Road before you go in to Newfield.
Yeah, why don't you hang on to those thoughts for us, Todd, and you could email us as well. And we just seem to be getting a lot. I don't know if it's because it's summer and people are out, but it just all of a sudden within the last couple of weeks, it seems like we've had a lot of citizen concerns, shall we say. Okay, now for the big opening. We've got two here. Two winter road maintenance bids came in. I'm going to give them to you gentlemen to open. You guys can do the honors. There you go. So only two that came in. We'll see who, what, where, when, and how.
How don't you go?
They breathe, yeah, so that's good.
Are you okay?
Yeah. This is from, you want me to read it out?
Yeah.
M.H. Humphrey and Sons came
Okay.
in on May 14th at 11:53 in the morning. Richard Humphrey, joining the business as Humphrey and Sons, submitted a bid for $7,000 per mile for the north section. If the fuel price exceeds $4.50 per gallon per pump, the town of Parsonsfield agrees to pay 50% of the additional cost over the $4.50 pump price per gallon. Interesting. For example, if fuel is $5, it's just an example of that. And he just wants to thank us for considering the bid.
Okay. This is nothing we have to make a decision on tonight.
Right.
Can I take over there as well?
That.
Okay. It's from Shea and Sons Excavation in Hiram. Bid for the north section, approximately 40 miles plowing and sanding per contract requirements. $298,000 per year for 3 years for 26, 7, 7, 8, and 8, 9. No change in the annual, so it's $298,000 per year. Nothing else noted. Just contact information.
Okay. So we would have to figure out how many miles are in the, and that was a bid for the north section as well?
For the north section as well, yeah.
All right, well, we have some discussion to do as a town. These are two bids for the north section only. And we did not receive a bid from Mark Fisher, who has been plowing the south section for 3 years. And I'd say that we take both of these bids under advisement. We don't have to make any kind of a decision right now, and workshop it on Thursday as well.
I agree.
Yep.
Thank you, Shays and Mr. Humphrey for submitting your bids. And we can keep those in our correspondence bin, if you would like. Okay. Interesting. Other updates. Oh, yeah, there's a, yeah, I know you're probably gonna mention this as well, the referendum vote for tomorrow, so, okay, I'll let you handle that. Youthful Maine Food Pantry that we do once a month is this Thursday, which makes it May 21st, in the gym, from 1 o'clock in the afternoon to 2, 1 to 2. Youthful Maine does their food pantry. I had a Zoom meeting with Southern Maine Planning and Development. They are gonna meet with us Thursday at 2:30 to give us all the information that they've gathered from the companies that have helped us develop our municipal energy plan to see where the town wants to go. They're gonna just, anyone is welcome to come to this workshop. They wanna let the select board know what they found, what their thoughts are for going forward for the next grant round, if we want to apply for the next grant round, and where to put the money, into the building, into solar, but they'll, you know, they're gonna do all of this information presenting, so. We had that. We also have an inverter that's not functioning for the solar on our rooftop right now, and they're gonna repair that tomorrow. Do you want to mention the ACL phone update, just that we...
Yeah, ACO phone's up and running, finally got track phone to take our money. So that is working, and I just gave it to him less than an hour ago. So David has the ACO phone, and
Numbers
can-
functioning?
numbers functioning. I tested it before I gave it to him, so.
Excellent, excellent. Let's see, what else we have here. We spoke with Bob Conzel last week about our certified ratio that we do every year. It's what the town is percentage of valuation. It's pretty much the same as it was the last year. And we also got a certified, did I pass that around, certified, the state valuation for 27.
I saw it the other day.
Yeah, it's like a 2.8% increase from $404,900 to, what was it, $464,000 million? So it's up 2.8%. Yeah, 466,650,000 is what the state has valued our town. And those numbers get factored into the tax commitments. So, school always uses them as well for what our cost of the school share is gonna be.
Right.
We have a disbursement policy. We have one that allows Danielle, on the signature of one select board member, if that's what we decide, to disperse payments. And this came up today because of TRIO, our municipal financial system, was down, and we didn't think we were gonna be able to pay, print out warrants. And if that's the case, we wouldn't be able to sign them as a select board, bills wouldn't get paid, it becomes pretty significant if you've got a contract payment that needs to go out. Maine Municipal Association said that it would be good for us to have a written policy, and we do when it comes to payroll. State statute allows you to pay state fees and
Education.
yeah, municipal education costs with a signature of we've done one municipal officer. Okay, so any of us could sign what needs to be dispersed in terms of the warrant. So now we have it for all three that the state allows you to do, okay?
Perfect.
Luckily for us, TRIO came back up and the warrant was processed, so yeah. So, somebody want to make a motion
I'll make a motion to approve.
and accept it as with one
Accept
municipal
it with
officer?
one municipal officer.
Second.
All in favor? Excellent. And it will become effective, and then it has to be renewed annually, along with the other payroll. Aaron, you can give me an update about Tom, you were here with me as well. He was sitting next to me, so.
Yeah, met with Tom Myrick, who for a short period was our CEO, our code enforcement officer, and then had to vacate the position due to some family concerns. Those concerns have been resolved, and he came back to see what services he could offer to the town, and has talked to us about doing the deputy CEO position, recently vacated by Ken Whitten. So had a really good conversation with Tom. Obviously, we liked him from before. You know, it was a amicable reason for him to leave, and we're certainly eagerly anticipating him coming back. So I would make a motion that we appoint Tom Myrick as deputy CEO effective June 1st.
I'll second.
All in favor? Excellent. Yep. He talked about part-time, doing a couple days a week, maybe so many hours, and he's not certified in anything yet, so he's working on that. But he's more than willing to follow Norm around and get all the field experience he can, so. So welcome, Tom.
Give that to you whenever he comes in.
We had Dick Waldron come in. He's Parsonsfield's EMA. He sat and talked to us during the workshop and has a list of requests for the town to take for the potentials for disaster. It's really not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And we're talking the potential for long power outages, fires, storms, flooding. So I think what we'll do, we talk about putting all of this on the website, his requests, and I think he's going to actually request money for an EMA fund, and that would go towards things like purchasing cots if we were to use our gym as a shelter, which has been talked about in the past. So at some point we'll have Dick come in and talk so everybody can hear him, what his thoughts are for going forward for emergency management. And we did our policy. We've had a citizen's petition request for the select board to take some action on developing a moratorium for cannabis licensing. And I've been in touch with both Maine Municipal Association and our town attorney, who is drafting a moratorium that he'll present to the select board. And then have it at where we feel it's good for the town, we will move forward with that. So that's what we're waiting for right now, is an email from the town attorney. And, oh, old business. The 2022 Bolio letter. Have we taken care of that yet?
No, I was gonna talk about that a little
Oh,
bit.
sorry.
Yeah,
You know?
it's fine, yeah.
And it's town clerk report time, so
Yeah.
let's go right ahead.
I'm glad you mentioned it, 'cause
Yep.
it wasn't on my list.
Yeah.
So just a reminder, tomorrow, polls are open from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. It is the SAD 55 school referendum vote, so please attend if you can. Absentee ballots are available for the June primary. You can call it in, we can send them to you in the mail. You can come in and vote in person, and you can also go on our website and request them online. So 3 different ways to get an absentee. We are closed Monday for Memorial Day, just as a reminder. We do have a training coming up June 2nd, and that's a Tuesday. Renee and I will be attending. It is a treasurer's workshop actually, but it is on tax liens. So Renee was very interested because it's a very heavy topic.
Yeah.
So we're both gonna attend that in Augusta. I did have a concern about, being, here for absentee ballots, and I was wondering if Emily could maybe help us out a little bit with that. If someone came in, looking for an absentee, she could take their name and number, maybe give them the application, or, just get their information, so the next day I can basically hand deliver the ballot to them and show that they get a ballot, so,
So, neither one of you will be here on June 2nd,
right,
and Tuesdays I normally would come in anyway.
okay,
She would be here from 9 to 2.
yep.
What about accessing the doors?
And that's something we gotta consider, I'm not sure how it's gonna work, so,
Okay.
um,
We could,
Maybe talk
if both
about
of us are here.
Yep.
We could keep the side door locked and maybe,
Yep.
have this front one
Yep.
open, so.
so this is the first time we
Yeah, this will be
both
the
gonna
fir-
be gone since the new door system,
Right,
so just
right.
something to think about, I guess,
Okay.
so.
So we still have time to kind of talk about that, but.
Yep.
Yeah. Have you talked to Emily about it?
Not yet, I
Okay.
wanted to ask you first before I ask
Sure.
Emily, so.
Sure.
Okay. Today, I had a first meeting with Bill Hall. He is the treasurer for the town of Buxton. And he has worked for R.H.&R Smith as an auditor for over 20 years. I did speak to the selectmen last week during their workshop about, I've talked to Bill back and forth on some questions that I had, and he is willing to help us out, to help clean up our books, make sure our trio system is set up correctly, and help us get caught up in our audit. So the selectmen thought that was a good idea. Today we met him for the first time. Super impressed. It's very exciting that he's going to be able to work remotely, help me out, and he is also available if I have questions. I don't have to look anywhere else. He knows it all. And also he will also provide me training as I need it. So very excited with that, and thank you to the board for agreeing to it. So he did say that it is okay to sign off on that Ron Bulio financial statement. He says, get that out of the way, sign it, send it, and he says, we'll make the adjustments as needed. He told me what to ask him, and we'll get the information from Ron. Another thing to think about, which we will get to once we get a little more familiar working with the books, he said since he's helping and he's trying to fix our trio system to report correctly, we could possibly keep Ron as an auditor if there was interest, if we do have a hard time getting one. Because basically everything's gonna get all fixed, everything's gonna look nice, and we'll just export a report, and it'll be straightforward.
Interesting.
So, something to think about. Today, while we were waiting for Trio to come back online, we did some cleanup in the office, and we have an awful lot of election material that is way past its retention period. If it's okay with you, I'd like to look at some businesses that do commercial shredding.
Oh, that's right.
And just see exactly like how much that goes for, and maybe if it works this year, and if we have budget and you agree to it, maybe we can have someone come in and we can just give it to them and clean out that room. It's just stacks upon stacks of old election material that is just taking up space, and it needs to be destroyed. It can't go anywhere else. So, if that's all right with you, I'll get some prices.
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
Okay.
Did we talk about like maybe doing that with another town too? Didn't we mention like
Yeah.
that might be a possibility,
I
but
can look at that.
Yeah.
I think they do it certain, like in the spring or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can get that information and
yeah.
go back
I
to
mean,
you.
I don't know
so-
if any other towns do it, but
So,
I'm sure we have a lot more too that we could throw in
Yeah.
besides that.
yeah.
hmm
So other than that, that's all I got.
Nice, okay. We have some members of the public here. Can I just start maybe from the left and my left, okay? And go around? Todd?
Oh, you want,
If,
okay.
I mean, you don't have to
Well,
say
I'm there
anything, I just.
primarily about the moratorium.
Uh-huh,
To be honest with you, I never knew what was going on up at the hill. But I did know what was going on with the planning board. And a lot of inexperience there. A lot of muffs because there was evidently no sidewalks, which was unheard of when I was on the board. Absolutely unheard And I'll tell you, my wife and I did very little, probably 20 minutes, and I think we got 12 or 15 signatures. If we'd worked a little harder, we would have filled that page. Because we've recently talked to people, geez, I wish I could sign it now. I think rather than the 110, it's my estimation from the people that I've talked to, that it may be closer to 200. And I think a lot of people were watching online for those two meetings. And I know for one person came in and said it was a little rude. But I thanked her for coming down, or at least paying attention. Because this is the problem that we have in the town. We have a lot of apathy, non-participation, and it seems like when we do fill these positions at planning board and appeals board, or even the budget committee, a lot of them are appointed because, frankly, nobody wants to run. And then when they get on the board, they don't want to take the time and initiative to learn what they're supposed to be doing. But I will tell you, I think things are starting to change. As much as I don't participate in social media, I think this is part of it. Maybe we can get out of these doldrums and stop making mistakes that could cost the town down the line. And I say that, you make one mistake now, all of a sudden somebody else comes up and wants to do the same thing that that person did, and we've already been slapped for it, and then they come out and sue. And this is what happens when you have bad precedent. And I'm not gonna go through the plethora of stuff I heard in the last two meetings, but I think there's quite a few more people that signed those petitions who are starting to pay huge money for homes here. I mean, 2-bedroom ranches going for $400,000, lots starting between 80 and 100,000, depending on how little or how much excavation you gotta do on 10 acres. Well, I mean, I guess that's essentially it. I mean, everything that I said here, I've said at the meetings, and everybody pretty much knows how I feel. Am I coming back to the planning board? No way, I wouldn't do it again. I don't need the stress at 76. But I did do my 20 years, and I will tell you, that planning board used to run a lot better than it has been in the last 10 years. So.
Appreciate your comments, Todd, thanks.
Can I just say one thing about those two addresses, one on Cram Road, which is Derek Thibodeau's property. He had a house up there, and then he has a garage down below. Well, evidently somebody's using that. They're junk collectors, and it's all junk in the yard, and I know they got kids. I mean, you would think they'd be careful with what they bring on the property, but I see little kids running around there, so that's not safe. And then down at the other end on South Road, it's the last house on the left before you leave Parsons Field. There's a proverbial junkyard there. As a matter of fact, one of the residents of that place got injured on Cram Road on a motorcycle accident down by the bridge. So, and he was life flighted away. We don't know what's happened to him, but I know his wife is still living there.
You could email the CEO with those addresses if you want to.
Well, I will.
Okay, appreciate it.
What can they do? What can the CEO do?
Warnings, verbal, written, and violation notices.
None.
There's fines, take action,
Score.
liens against properties, visits with, state police.
Todd took most of my time, that's fine.
You what?
I said Todd took most of my time, so I'm good.
Okay.
I'm just joking.
All right, okay,
There
I
is one
tend to
other thing,
talk.
yes.
there is one other thing they can do. They can ask for an abatement on their taxes. I did that 15 years ago because Mr. Benson had a junkyard on
The
property.
neighbors, yeah.
Oh, okay, I was like,
Yeah.
No,
Well, they are bringing their property values down too, so.
at any rate, I did that, and imagine the response I got within a month that they weren't gonna give me my abatement, but the junk vehicles had been moved. So that forced the action, if you will.
good to hear.
There's a video that's on YouTube at the moment, North Parsonsfield, Route 160, and it's self-explanatory if anybody wants to look at it. I don't know if we're on TV now or not, but
We do live stream.
okay. It's
You
North
sound like you're
Parsonsfield, Route 160. And the other thing I wanted to say is, the burnt building that's in East Parsonsfield, I don't know what the status of that is, so I'm not condemning anybody for the position that it is in at the moment. And I'm gonna say it like you might not know, and that is, you have the authority to make sure that it gets cleaned up so people don't have to look at it. If that man has no insurance or whatever, you can put it out to bid to get it cleaned up and put a lien against the property, so when it's sold, the town gets its money back. People don't have to look at that stuff. The other thing that I hate to admit is that rats. Believe it or not, when I was in Virginia, I was hired to deal with rats as a building inspector, among other things. And I got a lot of information down there about why rats are where they are, where they live, the fact that some people might think it's a chipmunk hole, things such as that. I'd be glad to share that data with anybody that you have that's gonna go out and do that. You cannot put poison out unless that individual is certified to do that, so. And I think that rule is almost synonymous with what they had in Virginia that I was enforcing at that point in time.
My guess is that our health officer knows that as well,
Okay.
yeah.
I didn't know you had a health officer.
Yeah, we do, Dr. Joseph Decay,
Oh, sure.
yeah, yeah.
He doesn't go out and look for rats, though.
Well, he will,
Does he really?
well, if there's been a complaint, he'll check it out,
Okay,
oh, for sure.
I find that amazing.
Yeah, well, it's been done.
That's it for me.
All right, thank you. Everybody else set?
I'm good.
I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor?